Hello, I'm Refashionista Sheri, and if you're anything like me, you probably have a bag or two or three of scraps, just small pieces of fabric that they're so super cool you do not want to let them go, or maybe something you cut out because there's a really neat applique or a patch on it. Well, today we are going to create an absolutely adorable summer outfit using a couple items that you don't wear anymore and that bag of scraps. So let's get making.
We're starting off with my quick and easy patchwork cutoffs.
So the very first thing you need to do is mark the length that you would like your cutoffs to be. Now, I like to do this with my jeans on, but I will show you another method as soon as we're done with this one. So first, you just want to grab a pin. Now, I like mine to kind of be above my knee and below my thigh area here. So I am simply going to pinch my jeans and pull it away from my skin and then pin it so I know exactly. Yeah, that looks about perfect right there. An alternative way to find the perfect length for your cutoffs is to grab a pair of shorts that you actually like the length of and lay it on top with the waistbands lined up and then mark with your pin. And it looks like I actually did a pretty great job here marking my jeans. Next, you want to fold your jeans in half as evenly as possible, so make sure you've pulled that crotch seam together with both legs and the waistbands are lined up evenly as well, and then chop on through at your mark. Now, of course, you can buy iron-on patches and simply arrange them and go ahead and iron them on. But I prefer to decorate my cutoffs with all of the little scraps that I've been saving from my other Refashionista projects. So I have found a bunch of floral scraps, a polka dot scrap, and a whole bunch of lacy bits. So I'm going to cut them all to size and then arrange them where I would like them to be. So you can see here I have pulled out my pocket just to make life a little bit easier while I'm stitching, and I chopped all of my little scrappy bits to size and have pinned them in place. Now, if you want to do this a totally no-sew way, you can simply stick all of your patches on with fabric glue. Super simple. Now, if I'm stitching on patches that need to be very neat and tidy, and I absolutely have to follow the outside lines of the patches, then I will do it either by hand stitching or very, very slowly and carefully with my machine. However, with this kind of patchy patchwork look here, I really do like the look of freehand stitching and just simply zigzagging back and forth and up and down and all around. I call it doodle stitching, but the proper term, I believe, is freehand stitching, and I just love the final result so much. When I'm freehand stitching, I really like to use a contrasting thread so it really stands out and you can absolutely see the lovely little doodles that are all over the patches. How fantastic does that look? These came out so much better than I even thought they would. And here's a quick tip. To achieve a really nice fray on the edge of my denim, I found that simply tossing them in the washing machine really does help encourage this fray. And then all I do is chop off the little threads and it looks absolutely perfect here. Now, I realize not everybody is going to like this look, and you don't have to. That is absolutely the beauty of refashioning and upcycling. You can look in your own wardrobe, find something that you haven't worn for a while or you really just aren't feeling anymore, and then transform it quite easily into something that is exactly your taste and style. And really quite happily then wear it out. And you know what? You don't have to worry about what other people think because it is your taste and style and you feeling great in what you're wearing that matters.
Next, let's mend and refashion a thrifted shirt.
For this quick and easy cover-up project, all you need is the item that needs a bit of covering up, and a bunch of patches or fabric scraps. So now, even though I am Canadian, I really don't want to walk around with a shirt that has the capital city's name emblazoned across it. I don't care how cool and vintage it is. I just don't want to do it. So I have chosen this patch. I think the colors go really nicely, and it should be enough to cover that up. And on the back, that damaged area, I'm going to use this one finally that, you know, I chopped out from one of my kiddos' outgrown shorts, and that fits perfectly there. And then the small piece that I have left over from another project that I chopped this one up for is going to cover up there. So let's start with the front. All right, so I have this arranged in a way that it's covering everything up, and I know this is not going to move here. This is covering up the bulk of the lettering, but you can see here, I can't just pin this and stitch this on here because this is going to be bulky and kind of hang awkwardly. So what I'm going to do is just carefully snip this off. Okay. And now I can arrange this perfectly where I want it to be. And I'm just going to tuck that under there. Do like this, tuck this piece under there as well. And now I can go pin this in place. So that is all pinned in place. But as I was doing that, I noticed up here is actually damaged as well, right on the collar. So I think what I'm gonna do is chop off this bit here and use that up on the collar area to cover up this bit of a snag in the collar. Doesn't that look so much better now? Now it's time to flip it over and fix up the back. So I now have the back patches nicely placed over top of those kind of, they weren't really holes, more like it looks like it got caught on something and there was like runs in it, like, you know, you'd have with your nylons or tights or pantyhose, that kind of a thing, which is another very 80s situation, I think.
And last but certainly not least is my oldie but goodie DIY Scrappy accessory tutorial. Now, the sound on this original video was not great, so I am redoing the voiceover here. So you'll need 3 longish scraps, a safety pin, scissors, a needle and thread, or your sewing machine. And the very first thing you need to do is cut up your long scraps into strips. These can be as wide or as thin as you want them to be, but it's really, really easy. Just do a chop and rip it along the grain. And you want to make a few of these. Then you're going to grab 3 of the strips and simply pin them together with your safety pin. And the easiest way I find to braid my long scraps is to simply pin it to a pillow or the sofa or even my pant leg and just braid and braid and braid and braid all the way down until the entire length of the strips are braided together. Once you have the whole thing all braided, then simply pin the ends together, and then you can go ahead and either hand stitch those ends so they are secure, or you can do what I usually do, and I just pop over to my machine, fold the ends together, and then stitch them back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And I just find this to be a lot more secure than any hand stitching that I can do. Look at this young Sheri there from 10 years ago, holding that up and showing how you can wrap that around your wrist to make a kind of stacked looking bracelet. And you can also make rings, you can make earrings, and let's see, how do we do that? Okay, here we go. So you can also use kind of fancy satin scraps and add a little wrapped up rosette. You can use the same technique and create a ring, but of course that needs to be hand stitched, or you can simply braid up a bunch of little teeny tiny scraps and then wrap them up, and as you're wrapping, stitch them together, add earring hooks, and you have an adorable pair of earrings to go with your lovely scrappy set.
Wow! Wow, is this ever adorable? Look at those patches. And I love the bracelets too. Oh, check out my earrings. I made them out of Barbie shoes. Yeah, you might be wondering, what the heck? Why is that in slow-mo? It's not in slow-mo. That's my acting ability. Okay, so the reason that I did that so over the top slow motion is because I recently received a comment basically letting me know that my outro part where the outfit is revealed is the most interesting part and I need to show everything slower. But because I'm me, I had to, of course, do it over the top for that person. At the end of the day, these are my videos and I'm going to shoot them however I want to shoot them. And I think I show the completed outfit quite well when I go up and down my staircase here, as well as if it is applicable weather, I do also do another whole shoot outside. And I think, you know, spinning around and doing everything, that's my personality. That's me. So if you really want to have a super up close look at the seams and everything, you can go back and rewatch the tutorial because I do show close-ups of the seams, or even better, follow the tutorial and make the whole outfit yourself. And then you can have the slowest, most close-up look ever because it's in front of your face because you made it yourself. But that person was not a troll at all, and I do absolutely welcome these kind of comments because it does give me something to think about. What I didn't like about the comment was they were using other YouTubers as an example, and we're all individuals. We all have our own totally unique style for how we do things, and again, I'm not going to copy someone just because a person thinks that they do something better than me. I do it my way, and that's how it's going to stay. So, again, I can, of course, add slower shots if you'd like, but at the end of the day, these are my videos. They're totally free, and if you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. But as I said, this person was not a troll whatsoever, and I absolutely adore their username. But speaking of trolls, you guys, it is that time again. It is a troll time. So let's go see what a real troll looks like. Hallo, mein Name ist Frau Ingeborg und I am the producer and director for Refashionista Sheri. And today I am doing the troll time. So you know what, we are just going to jump right into it. And today's troll, her name is Carol. And Carol says, "You are wearing someone's trash. Second-hand stores are for poor people who can't afford new things." Oh, there is two separate thoughts going on here. This is someone, maybe they have, I don't know, other people talking to them at the same time they're writing. I don't know, because it is two different thoughts happening. Okay, so the first thought, you are wearing someone's trash. No, it doesn't, I don't even know what to say about that. So if someone gives you something they don't want anymore, that is meaning everyone is wearing trash. If they take something from their friend or their family, or all of, you know, the children who grew up like myself wearing hand-me-downs, I think that's how you call them, hand-me-downs, or second-hand clothing from family members, is that trash? I don't think so. I think it is reusing and upcycling, and it's a good thing, no? Yeah? I think it is a good thing. You let me know what you think. If that is it trash? I don't know. Anyway, the second is right thinking here. Second-hand stores are for poor people who can't afford new things. Well, which is it? Is it trash? Or is it for poor people? I don't understand. That doesn't make any sense at all, because then, Carol, what you are saying is poor people only deserve to wear trash or have trash in their homes? Is this what you're saying? That they should be maybe going to the landfill and getting things? I'm not understanding. If you can reply, Carol, this troll Carol, and let me know what you meant, because it doesn't make any sense. I'm not sure what you are meaning, but second-hand stores are absolutely not only for poor people. Maybe when they were starting way back a few hundred years ago, and even before that, I'm pretty sure people were trading and reusing. It was just a normal part of society way back in the day. And now, you know, it has become very big business. There are vintage stores now. There are second-hand stores. There are thrift stores that are totally for profit. They have nothing to do with any kind of charity. And even charity shops now are absolutely insane with their prices. And just the other day, Sheri was looking for a secondhand sofa in a thrift store, and it was over $4,000 for a used sofa. So I'm thinking that even thrift stores that have everything donated now are definitely going a little bit into cloud cuckoo land with their prices, as we know, because Sheri has pointed this out and she has shared real life examples, and we will put the video down below for you so you can see what we are talking about. But it is definitely, these things, they are not trash, and they are of course not now for only poor people, because it is now cheaper to buy things brand new than to buy things at the thrift store. So again, if you have anything to add, please let me know down below. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, und Refashionista Sheri and me, Frau Inge, we will catch you on the zigzag.
This is Confessions of a Refashionista.